हेलो गाइस, वेलकम आपका फ्रंट फुट ऑफिशियल में। अभी हम फिर से वापस आ गए हैं टी ब्रेक के बाद। ये इंडिया वर्सेस न्यूजीलैंड के सेकंड टेस्ट के थर्ड डे के थर्ड सेशन में मेरे साथ हैं यक्षित भाई और अर्चित भाई। ये विकेट गई है क्या
बाकी
यहाँ
अभी
पर?
जस्ट
एक
अभी
मिनट।
जस्ट एक मतलब रिव्यू हुआ है, बट विराट कोहली और अश्विन शायद श्योर है, आउट है। और
नहीं,
उन्होंने
आउट है। ये
रिव्यू लिया है।
ग्लव्स लगा है।
नहीं, बैट लगा है, ग्लव्स नहीं बैट लगा है, और ये आउट है।
हाँ,
अंपायर का
पैड के
डिसीजन
साथ लग
अभी
कर गई है फिर, है ना?
अंपायर का डिसीजन अभी ओवरटर्न होगा। और
हम्म।
देखिए, हम आते ही विकेट गया। ये होता है मतलब पावर। देखिए, हम आए और विकेट गया, मतलब नॉट आउट दिया था, फिर हम आए, कोहली ने रिव्यू लिया और देखो ये आउट। तो चलो फिर दूसरा विकेट गया, ऐश ने दूसरा लिया। तो आज बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग है, आज बहुत सारे मैचेस चल रहे हैं। बीबीएल हो रही है अपनी, बांग्लादेश पाकिस्तान हो रही है, और क्या लंका प्रीमियर लीग भी
बांग्लादेश
होगा।
पाकिस्तान तो स्टम्प्स हो गया।
स्टम्प्स हो गया, वहां पे बारिश हो रहा है।
हम्म।
ठीक है, उनका वहां पे खत्म है। बीबीएल हो रही है, एसएस की स्क्वाड अनाउंस हुई है। और अपना क्या क्या हो रहा है, और बहुत सारी चीजें हो रही है,
लंका
बट पता
प्रीमियर
नहीं
लीग
कल
है
से।
शाम से।
बट वो सब तो हम देखते नहीं है। बट कल से क्या होगा वो मुझे मालूम नहीं है, बट वट एवर इट इज, हमने अपडेट बस देना है। और होपफुली इंडिया मैच जीत जाएगा, इफ नॉट टुडे, एट मैक्स टुमारो। बाकी कुछ
हम्म।
लोग बोल रहे हैं न्यूजीलैंड ये चेस कर देगा, कुछ महान लोग है अपने, जो महान सोशल मीडिया होती है, वहां पे बोल रहे हैं कि न्यूजीलैंड चेस कर देगा, बट पता नहीं कैसे चेस करेगा। बाकी ठीक है। बाकी अक्षित भाई आज पहली बार लाइव आए हैं आफ्टर बीइंग ए फादर, तो
यस यस।
कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन टू हिम। तो फर्स्ट
थैंक यू।
टाइम लाइव आए हैं। हाँ, तो मतलब
थोड़ा
स्पेस
बिजी
पे
हूँ
तो
बट
आए
अभी
थे।
सोचा है कि थोड़ा 1 घंटा तो थोड़ा निकाल सकता हूँ।
बिल्कुल।
संडे भी है।
नहीं, हम नहीं, वो है ना कि हम बिल्कुल लाइव नहीं आते हैं, बस आज फिर से, फिर कल से गायब हो
नहीं, मैं
जाएंगे, बस
आऊंगा
दिक्कत यही
जल्दी,
होगी।
मैं रेगुलर हो जाऊंगा। अभी बस एक एक 1.5 महीने का ही टाया थोड़ा ये
बिल्कुल।
है। ऑफिस का
बाकी
काम बहुत ज्यादा
सक्षम बाकी सक्षम हमारा बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं, सक्षम इज
है। यस यस,
रेगुलरली
राइट
गिविंग
राइट।
अपडेट्स। तो बिल्कुल
यस।
वो थोड़ा छुट्टी में है, बट वो रेगुलरली बहुत मेहनत करते हैं, रेगुलरली वो सब अपडेट्स देते हैं। बाकी वही है, बस चैनल चलना चाहिए। और बाकी देखते हैं, अभी मैच थोड़ा वॉच अलाउंग करते हैं। बाकी अगर ये लूकस भाई आते हैं अपने ऑस्ट्रेलिया से
और भी
फोन किए
और
जाते
भी
हैं।
लोगों को अर्जिसमान आप मुझे मैं ट्वीट कर दो ना, मतलब आपके
कोई
इसमें से
आना
ट्वीट
चाहते
कर
हो?
दो। हाँ,
नहीं,
मैं
वहां पे
भी।
भेज दो। लिंक भेज दो,
ओके
उस चैनल में लिंक
ओके
भेज दो।
ओके।
कोई अगर आना चाहते हैं आओ फिर लाइव।
वही स्पेस में कौन कार्तिक भाई बोल रहे थे उसके लिए
पता
कि
नहीं
मुझे
कौन
लिंक
बोल रहा
भेज।
था, मैं कट कर लिया, फिर पता नहीं कौन।
वही आप ट्वीट कर दो एक बार। आपने किया है शायद, है ना? मैंने देखा।
मैंने किया किया, अरे वाह,
हम्म।
क्या ही बॉल था। स्टम्प्स के ऊपर से चला गया, बोल्ड होता रॉस टेलर।
हम्म।
बाकी मेरा ट्वीट को कोड ट्वीट करके लिंक विंक जो देना है दे दो, फिर हम बात करेंगे।
एक मिनट।
अरे ऐशे, अच्छा यक्षित भाई, देखिए कितने बड़े बॉलर है अश्विन, बट वो जब नहीं खेलते हैं फॉरेन पे कितना बुरा लगता है।
यस यस, राइट राइट। अरे वो ऑल कंडीशन बॉलर है।
हम्म। अच्छा,
देखो
आपको
पहले
लगता है
ही मतलब
हाँ,
एक
बोलिए
उनका
बोलिए।
अप्रोच है, मतलब न्यूजीलैंड का देख के, मतलब भले उन लोग का कुछ ये नहीं है बट अप्रोच अच्छा है। मार के खेलो, बच के कुछ होने वाला नहीं है।
बिल्कुल, वेरी गुड अप्रोच। और जब 540 रन बोर्ड पे है, तो क्या ही मतलब वो करे।
540 कभी बने, मतलब सेकेंड इनिंग्स में बने नहीं है यार। मतलब नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट बने क्या, नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट द
400,
चेजिंग। और
400
पाँच सौ
कितने रन
चालीस
है शायद, 400,
पाँच सौ
400 समथिंग।
410 तो इन्होंने चेस किए वेस्ट इंडीज ने।
वेस्ट इंडीज
माया माया।
बांग्लादेश, बोनर और
हाँ,
मायर कुछ।
और 387 हमने चेस किए थे शायद। 327 चेस किए थे। सहवाग जी ने एक चेस किया था, वही 387।
और अंश 18 बोल रहे सर, रॉस टेलर इज बैटिंग लास्ट टाइम इन टेस्ट इन इंडिया। हाँ, बिल्कुल हो सकता है।
अंश आ जाओ, ज्वाइन हो जाओ अंश जी, हो सके तो।
अगर आप, हाँ, अगर आप आना
कैमरा
चाहते हैं
ऑफ
तो
करके
ठीक
भी
है।
आ सकते हो, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। ज्यादा लोग आएंगे तो अच्छा है, पर डिस्कशन ज्यादा होगा, ऐसा है।
बिल्कुल, हम तो रेगुलरली बात करते हैं स्पेस पे, लाइव पे वैसे।
आएंगे आएंगे, थोड़े लोग आएंगे।
हम्म।
ट्वीट कर दिया मैंने कोट।
मेरे ट्वीट को कोट ट्वीट किया या रीट्वीट किया?
अभी हमने दोनों ने कर दिया, कोट कर दिया।
अच्छा, यहाँ पे एक थोड़ा सा चांस बना था कैच के लिए, आई थिंक ड्रॉप हुए हैं या मुश्किल था, बट चांस बना था। देखते हैं थोड़ा। अक्षर बोलिंग टू रॉस टेलर, और नहीं, मुश्किल था, बूट पे जाके लगा। मतलब कैच नहीं बोलूंगा मैं इसे।
अक्षर
नहीं
को
हाँ,
भी यार
मुश्किल था, बहुत
स्पिनर्स डालना
मुश्किल।
चाहिए, मतलब
अच्छा,
इतना डर के नहीं डालना।
ऐसे आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स में क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा हूँ अक्षित भाई, मुझे बताइए, हु डू यू थिंक विल रिप्लेस अश्विन एंड जडेजा? विल इट बी वॉशिंगटन सुंदर एंड अक्षर पटेल, जो कि आपके बहुत फेवरेट प्लेयर हैं सीनियर में?
अक्षर पटेल तो 100% है रिप्लेसमेंट जडेजा के।
हाँ।
बट
अरे
ऑफ स्पिनर के,
हाँ हाँ, बोलिए बोलिए।
ऑफ स्पिनर में नहीं, वॉशिंगटन सुंदर मेरे को नहीं लग रहा है, क्योंकि अगर उनको खिलाया रहता था तो फिर एक ऑप्शन था। बट मतलब नहीं लग रहा है मुझे वॉशिंगटन सुंदर। और ऑफ स्पिनर अभी यंग यंग बहुत
वो
बच्चे लोग आ रहे हैं। जयंत
नहीं,
यादव इज ऑल्सो गुड।
ये डोलन स्पेस में कोई वॉशिंगटन सुंदर बन के आ रहे थे, वो डिटेल उनकी स्टोरी बोले, और फिर से
हाँ
वो
वही
आएंगे।
यस
वॉशिंगटन
यार, वो तो
बदसूरत।
हाँ उन्होंने वही कहा था कि मतलब उनके साथ पॉलिटिक्स किया गया है। मतलब उनको सिराज के एक उंगली पे लगने पे उनको शायद मुस्तक अली के लिए सेलेक्ट किया गया। बट वर्ल्ड कप वो सिलेक्शन आसपास ही हो गया, मतलब एक ही टाइम पे हुआ दोनों का, वर्ल्ड कप का और शायद मुस्तक अली का। बट उन्होंने मतलब शायद मुस्तक अली में उनको सेलेक्ट किया, बट वर्ल्ड कप में सेलेक्ट नहीं किया। वर्ल्ड कप में तो टॉप 15 में थे ही वो। बट ठीक है, अभी मिस्ट्री बॉलर मिस्ट्री अभी कभी आने नहीं वाले वो, वरुण चक्रवर्ती, मेरे को लगता है T20 स्क्वाड में कभी भी।
नहीं, मुश्किल है बहुत ज्यादा उनका।
वन
वर्ल्ड
टाइम
कप में
मतलब
चांस दिया विश्वास करके।
हाँ, तभी नहीं लगता है उनका वापस जगह बनेगा। वॉशिंगटन सुंदर भी एक्चुअली क्या है, मतलब एक्स फैक्टर ऐसा नहीं बोल सकते। बट एक मतलब उनको शार्दुल ठाकुर और उनको एक मतलब जब भी जरूरत पड़ा, वो ऐसे टाइप के प्लेयर है कि जब भी अपना
नहीं,
फ्रंट
हमको
एंड
हम
में।
लिमिटेड लिमिटेड ओवर्स में हम यूज कर सकते हैं, अच्छा, क्योंकि वो
हाँ एकदम,
मतलब रन रोक सकते हैं कहीं से।
अपने फ्रंट एंड एकदम नहीं रहेगा तो फिर फ्रंट प्लेयर्स नहीं रहेंगे तो उन पे हम लोग थोड़ा ये कर सकते, रिलाई कर सकते। बट अपन फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस उनको नहीं, फ्रैंकली स्पीकिंग फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस नहीं दे सकते हम लोग। फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस अभी जो अपने हैं सीनियर्स वही है, जडेजा हो गए, अश्विन हो गए। हाँ, ऑफ स्पिनर
अच्छा
की बात तो सही है, ऑफ स्पिनर की बहुत कमी है, मतलब एक्चुअली देखा जाएगा तो। हमारे मुंबई के तनिष कोटेन आने वाले हैं बहुत जल्द।
अच्छा, एक मजेदार चीज मैं बताता हूँ, ये देखो, जो लोग बोल रहे थे माइनफील्ड, वो सब जो भी, मतलब रैंक टर्नर जो भी, देखो अभी देखो न्यूजीलैंड अच्छी बैटिंग कर रही है अगर पॉजिटिव, और इंडिया ने भी वहीं पे बैटिंग किया, और बाकी ठीक है। देखते हैं अभी क्या होता है।
लेकिन इन्होंने पूरा अच्छा
अरे
पिच दिया
ये
मयंक
रुको
तो
को।
रुको रुको रुको
फेंक
रुको
दिया,
रुको
विकेट
रुको रुको,
फेंक
आउट
दिया,
आउट
विकेट
आउट
फेंक।
आउट 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 आउट, हाँ फेंक दिया।
और
फेंक
क्या
दिया
गिरा?
विकेट, बस गई गई आउट।
अभी
रॉस टेलर
हमारे में
इज
तो
गॉन
छक्के
एंड
ऊपर
एश
ऊपर
टेक्स
गए।
इज थर्ड।
इनको भी
थर्ड।
अच्छा क्या
जल्दी है
है,
लगता है, इनको मरीन ड्राइव घूमना है।
जाना चाहते, नहीं नहीं, हाँ,
इनको
ये
इन,
2 दिन
इन,
घूमकर फिर जाएंगे।
इनको घूमना है बस। थर्ड विकेट इज डाउन। अच्छा
मरीन
आपको
ड्राइव
लग,
में घूमना है।
इनका
मतलब
बांग्लादेश का
इसके
टूर है
बाद
शायद अगला।
इनका ये भी
हाँ।
खत्म हो जाएगा क्वारंटाइन, है ना।
अच्छा, मुझे एक
बबल
बात
से बाहर।
बताओ, अश्विन 10 विकेट ले सकते हैं इस इनिंग्स में?
ले तो
हाँ, ले
सकते
नहीं
हैं,
ले,
लेकिन मुश्किल होगा शायद बहुत।
नहीं लिया तो
क्योंकि
अच्छा है
दूसरा।
उनको, उनको वो भी एक रिकॉर्ड डिजर्व करते हैं यार, मतलब ऐसा
हम्म।
कुछ।
नहीं,
अरे
मजा
यहाँ
आ
पे है
जाएगा
ना
अगर
अभी,
एक ही मैच में 2 चीज हो जाए। 2 बार
यहाँ
10
पे भी
विकेट हो।
रेस्ट्रिक्शन, यहाँ पे ऐसा कुछ रेस्ट्रिक्शंस नहीं है इतना। अभी मास्क वगैरह भी पब्लिक में नहीं डालेगा तो भी कोई ऐसा पेनल्टी वगैरह तो डालते नहीं है। तो इन लोग के लिए अच्छा है, अभी घूम सकते हैं शाम को अच्छे से, भेल पूरी खा सकते हैं मरीन ड्राइव में।
बिल्कुल।
चाट
घूमेंगे
खा
आज शाम
सकते
को, ये खत्म हो गया
हैं।
तो। ये हिसाब से भी विकेट गई ना जल्दी जल्दी, तो होना चाहिए खत्म हो।
नहीं, मुझे और देखो फिर यार, 2 दिन हम क्या करेंगे यार, कल परसों क्या करेंगे, एशेज का कुछ भरोसा नहीं है। और
बिग बैश
मतलब
में अभी, मतलब बिग बैश तो हम कवर नहीं करते, बिग बैश भी
नहीं,
चालू हो चुका है।
हाँ बस स्कोर, हाँ का मेलबर्न
अभी
और अपना
जॉश
इसका
फिलिपी ने एक अच्छी
सिडनी।
हाफ सेंचुरी लगाई है।
वो
एक
भी
सिक्स
अक्षित भाई
मारा
के
बहुत
फेवरेट
बड़ा।
क्रिकेटर है। वो अक्षित भाई के फेवरेट क्रिकेटर में से एक है, जॉस फिलिप। और
उन्होंने बहुत बड़ा
यक्षित
6 मारा एक, बहुत बड़ा।
यक्षित
वो
भाई ने बड़ी
आरसीबी में भी
अच्छी
खेले
चीज,
थे।
नहीं वो चीज नहीं है। यक्षित भाई ने बड़ी अच्छी चीज बोली थी उनके बारे में, जो बहुत लोगों को मालूम नहीं है, कि वो प्लेयर डरता नहीं है, वो बिल्कुल डरता नहीं है, और वो डू और डाई वाला प्लेयर है, जो कि अच्छी बात है T20 में स्पेशली। तो वो एक अच्छा है।
नहीं
फिन से तो अच्छा
वो
खेलते हैं यार वो, फिन से तो अच्छा खेलते हैं वो, प्रोबेबली उनको ही रिप्लेस करेंगे। विकेट कीपर मतलब मैथ्यू वेड और फिंच, मैथ्यू वेड तो अच्छा खेल रहे। ओपनर के स्लॉट में मतलब उनके पास ज्यादा ऑप्शंस नहीं है अभी ऑस्ट्रेलिया के पास, तो वो जल्दी रिप्लेस करने वाले।
बिल्कुल।
अश्विन ओवरटेक कर
बांग्लादेश
देंगे
के
शायद,
भी
साउथ अफ्रीका टूर में
बांग्लादेश
चांस
के
मिला।
भी एक प्लेयर है, बहुत अच्छे प्लेयर है, उनका नाम याद नहीं आ रहा है। वो कैप्टन थे, अहमद या ऐसा ऐसे नाम है, कैप्टन थे जब भी हमको
मोहम्मद
हराया था
अशरफुल,
उन्होंने। नहीं नहीं
मोहम्मद
नहीं, अंडर
अशरफुल
19 के
हबीबुल
कैप्टन
बशर।
थे, अंडर 19 के
अच्छा,
कैप्टन
अंडर
थे वो।
19।
हम लोग को हराया था उन्होंने साउथ अफ्रीका में।
फाइनल।
तो उनके कैप्टन थे, अच्छे एकदम कूल एंड काम है, जैसे अपने मुर्तुजा है वैसे ही टाइप के प्लेयर है, बहुत अच्छे प्लेयर है वो भी, एक मतलब फ्यूचर में अच्छा ये बन सकते हैं स्टार।
अर्चिस भाई चलो थोड़ा यक्षित भाई से पूछते हैं, ये
कोई
पुजारा
तो
का
आ
जो
गया एक
सिक्स
मिनट।
सिक्स मारते हैं वो,
हाँ वो पूछो ना।
लुकस। हाँ यक्षित भाई, आपसे एक चीज पूछनी थी, पुजारा एक ही टाइप का सिक्स मारता है क्या, बैकफुट पर जाकर मिड विकेट के ऊपर से?
हाँ नहीं
Hello
नहीं, ऐसा बात
guys,
नहीं है।
how you all doing?
उन्होंने ना, उन्होंने
अरे इसको
फाइन
सौराष्ट्र
कमेंट्री बंद
फाइन।
प्रीमियर,
करने के लिए बोल दो, कमेंट्री बंद करने
सौराष्ट्र
के लिए बोल दो, कॉपीराइट
सौराष्ट्र
आ जाएगी।
प्रीमियर लीग में उन्होंने 61 बॉल में सेंचुरी मारा है, तो उसमें उन्होंने थोड़े बहुत अलग अलग टाइप के सिक्स मारे थे सौराष्ट्र प्रीमियर लीग में। और अभी उन्होंने तो बोला था अश्विन ने कि अगर वो सिक्स मारेंगे ना तो मैं आधा मुझ काटूंगा। अश्विन ने ऐसा बोला था, अभी तो पूरा मुझ नहीं है अश्विन के। लुकास has come, welcome Lucas, welcome Lucas.
Thank you for having me. Pleasure to be here.
अच्छा
Yeah,
यक्षित
yeah.
भाई, you can ask some questions to Lucas, because we have already discussed about
I
his
know
assets and
that,
all.
I know the answer. Still, I will ask whether
No.
Lucas is
I
following it.
I no. I have a question for you all. So Australia have announced the assess squad 3 days before. What will happen if anyone of these guys gets injured in practice, or why do they do like this before 3 days? I have never seen such a thing. What is the reason? And what I mean, yes,
And
injuries
and
cannot be predicted.
who is the backup wicket keeper for what
Alex
is it?
Carey
Alex
एलेक्स कैरी।
Carey. No one. Matthew Wade is
मैथ्यू
not there.
मै नहीं है, मैथ्यू वेड।
I
नहीं है।
think so. Matthew Wade is not
Yeah,
there in the
the
squad.
the reason why they don't have a reverse squad, like other teams do, is because they like to be settled. Of course, you can't predict injuries, but I just think they just like to be settled. They like to train with the squad that's playing in the current 11. Also, the Big Bash is going on, so it's hard to get players out of their home state and into another state without government. They need government permission because you need to quarantine for 14 days. So that's also very hard to do as well. So the backup keeper probably would be Matthew Wade, but at the moment he's playing in the Big Bash League for the Hobart Hurricanes. So unfortunately he's not with the team. Now, luckily, Hobart is not one of those. Is no longer a state where you need to quarantine for 14 days. So Matthew Wade, let's say if Alex Carey did get injured, Matthew Wade could go to any state as he wants, and not be subject for 14 days. But if you're from Perth or Adelaide is another one. You need to do 14 days. So it depends what state you're from. And it depends what you're doing at this moment. So everybody now is going to Big Bash, and Cricket Australia gave him permission, likes of Matthew Wade, to play in Big Bash League, to as I say, prepare if case he needs to be on standby.
Okay. Laksh, any update from BBL? What's the score? You can just. Sydney Sixers winning or no? Just tell me that.
How can we give a link to Ansh?
Ansh, you can share the link in the chat. You can share the link in the chat, or we
Okay,
have
okay,
already
done,
shared
done.
on Twitter.
Okay, I will
To
try.
answer
I will try.
to answer his question about Ross Taylor, this is probably Ross Taylor's last innings in India. That's there's no question about that. And he'll probably play until the South African series in New Zealand, and then probably retire. And this is my opinion, of course.
Ansh, sorry, Laksh, updates on the live scores of the matches going on.
Mind you, that was a horrible shot by Ross Taylor, though. That was a dreadful shot.
That was that was not expected. But again, he had no way. He just came and tried to heave everything, and he failed. Yeah.
Well, we've seen that done before with a New Zealand batsman called Nathan Astor, who destroyed England's bowling in that test up in New Zealand, where he made, I think, a double hundred in a losing effort. So it looks like he was trying to get the world's fastest double hundred there, the way he was going. But probably you need to get your eye in. I've got no problem with playing that way, but get your eye in first.
Yeah. So it's 63 for 3, and almost like 27 overs are still left in today's play. I don't know how many overs will be. I think these overs will be bowled, considering 2 hours of play still left. And I won't be surprised if India finishes it today. But I don't know what is going to happen the next 2 days, as I discussed in Spaces, because next 2 days again it will be nothing, and after that Ashes. But the first Test match, I don't know whether it is happening or not with rain around. And after that again, the gap between first Test and second Test will be like 3 or 4 days. So it's almost 2 weeks of no cricket if the Ashes doesn't happen. So
you have to remember that even if it does, sorry. Oh, that's no good either. Bear with me here.
No problem.
Even if it does rain in Brisbane, the Gabba under the Gabba's surface is a world-class drainage system. So if it does heavy rain and it stops for an hour or two because of the sewer under the surface at the Gabba, play can get underway very quickly, probably within 20-25 minutes. So I would presume that if rain does not, even if it rains and it does stop, I presume that we will get some play on day 1, 2, 3, and 4, unless it's consistently raining from morning to the end of the day, which is possible up in Brisbane. We've seen that so many times in Brisbane where it's just rained all day. But if it does stop raining for an hour or two, we can get underway because, like I said, grounds in Australia have great how should I put this, drainage under their surfaces. Especially
sorry to stop you. Daryl Mitchell has been given out.
Yes.
Ravi Ashwin has picked up his 4th, but I think he will review. Let us see. I think impact will be a question. Apart from that, I don't think anything will be there because he's bowling from the other side. Apart from that, I think it should be out. But let's see. Yeah, Lucas, you can continue.
Yeah, Ashwin playing absolutely. I wish Axar was taking these wickets, to be fair, because I want him to break that record of the fastest ever 250 Test wickets. So I'm a bit disappointed in that. It's not Axar taking these wickets. So his batting is actually pretty good. In all fairness, he's a decent batsman.
He's a like replacement for Jaddu in the future.
Yes. Well, absolutely. Well, I can't wait for him to get fifers against Australia. That's going to be great to watch. So yeah, because of the drainage system in this Australian stadiums, if it does rain, the rain does stop for an hour or two, we can get play underway very quickly. So I'm confident there will be at least some play.
Okay, so meanwhile, I think they're waiting, and I think there might be an inside edge also, but still those.
Whether it is caught, Architman, or catch किया गया था क्या नहीं ना?
I haven't seen whether it is caught or not, but I think there is a deflection.
नहीं नहीं कैच नहीं किया.
There is an inside edge. There is an inside edge.
And Lux is watching this on Sony.
Lux is watching it on Star Sports, I guess.
He was watching the Sri Lankan test on Sony because he kept on posting to me about it, and I was very upset about that because we finally had Test cricket back, and we didn't, and this country did not broadcast it for some weird reason. And then he shows me screenshots of him watching it on Sony. So thank you for that. I really appreciate that. That's a way to rub it in.
Sydney Sixers have scored 213
What?
runs, 4 wickets.
Really?
Moses
that
Hendricks
means I shouldn't
76
watch
not
their
out.
matches. Oh my God.
Moses Hendricks
Moses
76
Hendricks
from 38.
not out.
Yeah.
Not out.
Let me tell you, Sydney Sixers is my favorite teams. Not now, but I loved New South Wales when both. You have seen the Champions League, no, Akshay bhai, where David Warner, Steve Smith, even if Moses Hendricks, Mitchell Stark in 2010.
New South Wales NSW.
Nathan Lyon, Josh Hazelwood, Pat Cummins.
इसमें एक और चीज
No,
बताऊं.
no. Those are
Dan
test
Christian
match.
ने
I
5
am
बॉल में
talking about.
Airtel Champions League.
We are telling
Dan
T20
Christian ने 5 बॉल में 5 मारे हैं. Dan Christian.
Legendary Dan Christian. Because of him only team wins the cup.
So yeah, I still remember that New South Wales team. It was a strong team
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Champions League. Although they didn't win because of these IPL teams, but I still remember. I have seen one innings of Kyron Pollard hitting Mitchell Stark also.
I had no idea, mate. I had no idea.
The team name was New South Wales Blues, NSW Blues.
New South Wales Blues, yeah.
Yeah, that's the name of their Sheffield Shield team. So this would have been back before the Big Bash was invented, probably a year, where they actually used their state names.
KFC T20, they called it, no?
Yes.
Something like that.
Yes, where Chris Gale played for the Perth Warriors.
Yeah. You had your Tasmanian Bush Rangers or something like that, and
so, Tasmanian Tigers, Victorian Bush
Tigers,
Rangers. See,
Aaron Finch played for Victorian. We have seen that.
Yeah, that's when I liked the T20 back then. Now they became Big Bash, and it was too many teams, nonsense, no history. So that's why I don't like the Big Bash. I prefer it to be with state teams and their names. But that's a personal war I've had with the soccer for years, and I don't think they're going to solve that situation anytime soon.
Yeah. No, that was the first time also when Ash came in, and still remember that match between Victoria and Chennai Super Kings. Ashwin bowling to Aaron Finch. It was a very, very interesting.
Victoria versus Chennai Super Kings.
Champions League.
I will try to show something. Wait.
Is that when Pujara was back playing T20?
No, Pujara played T20 for KKR, I guess. KKR, RCB. Yeah, he played. Yeah. Achha, Lucas, you speak about assist squad. Meanwhile, we are watching the match. Not squad, but the playing 11. Are you happy with the 11, or would you have liked some changes?
Before going to that, I want to show something. Wait. Just wait.
Go ahead, mate.
2 seconds.
Unfortunately, I'm in my actual room charging my phone, so I can't actually watch the game while I'm in this room. Unfortunately.
Okay. Yeah.
Wait a second.
I'm waiting for that Arnavir kid.
Arnav, only for Arnav we planned it late. Arnav is gone. He's going to a mall. He said that he's out. He's not coming for 2 months. I mean, he's not out for 2 months, so he will go today. That's the problem. Otherwise, we would have started earlier. He will not come. He is enjoying in the mall. Akshay bhai, what did you want to show? I think it's loading. Exit bhai, it's loading. Try to show it again. Try to refresh it.
Darryl Mitchell's playing some good cricket here.
I think the difference between New Zealand in the first innings and second innings, I think they have came out with a positive approach. They have like nothing to lose, so they are
Maybe
just,
they should have batted like that in the first innings.
Exactly. They should have batted like that only, and it's okay. At least they can get to some respectable total. But to be honest, now India lost those 8 points when they drew that first Kanpur test, and I am afraid, or I won't say I'm afraid, but I just don't want that it would put India in a trouble considering the World Test Championship, because you need to win your home test matches. Yeah.
Not able to do it.
Okay.
Well, we already have an advantage because we're going to win 5-0. So we won't be losing any points during the Ashes. So but unfortunately, we got away tours coming up to Pakistan and India. Sorry, Pakistan and Sri Lanka. So we might lose points there.
Acha, do you think the whole Australian away tour is in Asia? Sri Lanka, Pakistan, and India also are coming in March.
Yeah.
February, March. So that's a trouble again. They will.
Yeah, that's probably all 3 series lost.
I think so. Mark Swepson should play a crucial role.
Well, unfortunately, he hasn't played much Sheffield Shield cricket, and he probably won't until the end of the Ashes. But Pakistan wickets aren't like India or Sri Lanka. They're actually good for fast bowling. Yeah,
they're also good batting wickets.
Do Australia have any bowlers of Indian origin like Ajaz Patel and Rachindra? Do Australia have any bowlers of Indian origin?
Sandhu is there, but he doesn't play test matches. Gurinder Sandhu. He played for the Sydney, but now he's currently signed to Melbourne, if I'm not wrong. Why na Laksh?
Well, our friend Anish, he's shy. He's gun shy. There's no need to be shy. You can come on.
Ansh, you can unmute and go ahead. Or are you preparing your Nike again here?
Yeah, I said no. Australia will win in Pakistan and Sri Lanka.
Acha.
Easily. In India they will lose. In India they will lose for sure.
Because
mate, we haven't won in Asia. We haven't won in Asia since 2005, and you're saying that we're going to beat Pakistan over there? No chance.
I think. See, I don't know about Pakistan. To be honest, I think they can win in Sri Lanka. I still.
We can't even beat Pakistan in UAE, let alone beating them in Pakistan.
No, Pakistan is a different team now, but I think they can beat Sri Lanka because
only Fawad Alam is the threat in bed.
नहीं यार, पाकिस्तान को उनके घर में हराना मुश्किल है.
इसलिए बोला. That's why I said Sri Lanka you can beat. I don't know about Pakistan. About India, I'm sorry. I just have one word: no.
Who's that Sri Lankan spinner? Emu Bayodola?
Embulzenia.
Yeah. He's going to cause a lot of problems for Australia, so I'm not going to pick that.
Mendes is there. Another Mendes. Ramesh
Mendes. Another Mendes.
But again, Steve Smith and David Warner will be crucial.
What are Australia home series in this time World Test Championship? One Ashes and another two.
Ashes, that's 5-0, mate. Don't worry about that.
Other two series.
What are the other home series for Australia?
That's against South Africa, I think. I think
Bangladesh.
No, not Bangladesh. No, Bangladesh don't come here. We don't have has-been teams over here. We want to face the best teams. But we don't want to face India every year, though. I wouldn't mind facing India in India every year, but not here.
West Indies is also touring Australia
Yeah, that's true.
अच्छा
Yeah.
at some point of time. I think so, end of 2022.
Yes. Yeah.
अच्छा यक्षित भाई, can you score the World Test Championship points table?
Well, I can tell you who's in front. That'd be England
Sri Lanka.
and yeah, Sri Lanka. Yeah, and then India, or then England and Australia be
I know,
coming last because they
it
haven't
will
played a
change,
match.
it will change, but हाँ. अच्छा, Lucas, tell me, are you sure it's going to be 5-0, or you were saying like that only? Are you sure it's going to be 5-0?
I'm sure it's going to be 5-0. But if the weather doesn't interfere, I can't see England winning any Test matches.
अच्छा, how many day-night Test matches you are having?
One, that's in Adelaide. Unfortunately, I can't go to that. So
Why?
Due to vaccination.
I didn't get it. I mean, they will allow only fully vaccinated people.
Yeah.
Acha, so why you have taken only one dose? Why you should have taken your second?
The
Visor,
reason.
what you have taken? Visor or what? What's your?
No, I've taken what have I taken? No, I've taken the original one when it came out last year.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. So I haven't taken the Plufenza or to be honest, I'm probably not going to get. I'm not even going to bother. But you know that's an opinion for everybody. Some people may not like it. Some people may like that. I'm not gonna. I would like to know what I'm going to put in my body before I inject it. Exactly. And so far, there's there's too many opinions, and until those opinions can come together and agree, then I'll happily get vaccinated with 100%. But until then, I would like to know what I'm going to put in my body, because people do have side effects, and I don't want to be one of those people. So I'm not an anti-vaxxer by any means. But if they make it compulsory, which they won't in this country, then of course I'll take it. But until then, I just have to miss out on cricket matches. And that's okay. I guess that's the price you pay.
But why? How we are going to this year Sheffield Shield? How are they allowing that?
Sheffield Shield is fine. That's a Cricket Australia policy, not a soccer policy. So I went to a Redbacks game last week, Karen Orton Oval in Adelaide. That's fine. You can go to that. It's just Cricket Australia's decision. So I respect their decision, of course. But you know that's the price I pay. I would love, you know, if it was me, I would go to all 4 days. That's why I said all 4, because there won't be a 5 day. We'll wrap this up very quickly in Adelaide with the ping ball. So of course I'd love to go, but you know I'll wait till next year when the vaccine dies down and everybody, you know, will drop the passport thing, and I'll happily go then. But you know that's the price you pay, and I have to accept that, and then that's fine. That's my own problem. How's in India? How's it in India with vaccinations? Is that mandatory yet to go to cricket grounds? You have to get it vaccinated.
Yeah, double vaccinated.
Yep.
We all are double vaccinated, and we can go just with the certificates, nothing else.
Yep. Do you have to wear masks?
Yeah. क्या हुआ? Out नहीं हुआ? Who was that? अंश, लक्ष्य कौन?
नहीं, मैं नहीं था भाई.
मेरा तो म्यूट है.
So Ashman, do you have to wear masks in shopping centers in India?
नहीं, मैं नहीं था भाई.
मेरा तो masks in shopping centers in India.
किसी ने YouTube खोला यार.
It's echoing. Someone has opened YouTube, I guess. Okay, no problem. Yeah, we need to wear the mask.
WTC का point दिखाने का नहीं हो रहा है. मेरा नेट का प्रॉब्लम है.
But Lucas, you know, even if they're not wearing, it's not a problem. I think you are getting what I'm trying to say.
So it's not mandatory.
It is mandatory, but here, you know, rules are like that. People don't follow a lot. They like that only. Yeah. So
it happens here as well. I know what you mean.
Yeah, but now with this what Omicron or whatever it is, which one is coming with 4 cases again? They are trying for these night curfews, like 12 hours every day out of 24 hours, and then they are also planning to have this mask and social distancing and sanitizations
Crazy.
all compulsory. Yeah. I think this Omicron will again get us into lockdown. The way, because we don't know what is the outcome of this virus, but how many deaths have happened due to this? Anyone knows, due to this Omicron, this virus?
But this is
In
not so much.
Australia, so far 0.
This is not so means fatal. This virus is not so fatal, but it spreads very quickly and makes sick.
There's been positive cases, but no deaths yet.
I read the Guardian newspaper and it said in Sydney it had more, this virus. Last day or yesterday, some day I read.
What deaths?
No deaths. No deaths.
Yeah, no, there's no deaths. No.
It's spreading only. It's spreading.
Yeah, it's yeah. There has been cases of it, of course, but luckily, no deaths, which is what we want in all countries, not just Australia.
So it's 75 for 3, and it's just about time and nothing else. But I want New Zealand to put up a fight at least, because it's been a boring test match. Although it's been in our favor, but I just want the Kiwis to put up a fight. Ans, do you want to ask anything, or do you want to say? You said something about Pat Cummins not being the 3 format player anymore after being the captain.
Yeah, he should only play ODI and tests from now.
Okay.
T20 they have good bowlers like Kane Richardson, and there are 2-3 more bowlers and to try. What Lucas said about that? Should Pat Cummins play T20?
No, Lucas will say that he should play only tests. I know.
Yep, that's what I said.
Lucas, who are your commentators there? Are they the same commentators in India in English channel, or they're different?
I'll have to go back to my room, but I would think they're the same commentators you're getting in English.
Same.
Yeah, because you get 2 commentators, don't you? You get a Hindi commentator and an English commentator.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we get so we got Murali Kartrick.
Then right. Then it's okay.
Yeah.
Simon Dull is there, or who is there?
Simon Dull. Yeah.
Yeah. Then it's the same.
Fox 9 channel.
उनका
Fox वाला ही रहेगा.
Yeah, Fox.
Same चलते हैं ना commentators.
Yeah, Fox Cricket haven't got their own commentators, but they just punch into the world feed.
Achha, why does your channel names are like Sky 7, 8, 9? Why they can't give other names?
Well, personally, I loved when the cricket was on 9 with Wide World of Sports. Tony Gregg, Bill Lawry, Richie Benaud. They were the great days.
Legends. Even EA Sports has the commentary of Mark Nicholas and Richie Benaud. Exactly.
They were fantastic. But unfortunately, what happened was, of course, sad passing of Tony Gregg and Richie Benaud. But unfortunately, Wide World of Sports decided not to renew because what happened in South Africa. They thought that was a very bad look on their TV channel. And when their rights expired about 2 months after that test match, they thought they didn't want themselves to be associated with Cricket Australia. After a 30-year partnership, they decided to end, not renew, and Channel 7 took over. With Ricky Ponting, Alison Mitchell, James Brayshaw, Michael Slater, who won't be there this year. So Channel 7 took over, and Channel 7 have been trying desperately to get out of that deal. I don't know if you've heard it in the papers, but this year particularly, they desperately wanted out. They didn't want to broadcast this year's Ashes, but Cricket Australia came to an agreement with them. I think a $500 million agreement to broadcast the Ashes on free to air TV, which is different to Fox Sports, because Fox Sports you have to pay for it. Channel 7, you just plug in the antenna and you get the satellite. So so they're desperately trying to get it back. Trying to get out of that contract. When that renewals next year, I do not believe they'll take it. I don't know if Channel 9 want that again, World Order Sports Channel 9, or if it'll be solely bought by Fox Cricket, which would be a shame, because I don't know if India is free to air in India, but cricket's been free to air in Australia for since the 70s, and having it just on cable is really unacceptable here in this country. So hopefully some free to air network can buy the rights.
Yeah. So meanwhile, India have lost a review, and
तो पूरा
was
यार
hitting the
bad
thigh
चला.
pad, and Virat Kohli took the review. So that's the update.
I'll tell you what, Daryl Mitchell for a number 3 is doing really, really well. I'm like how he's going about it. He's not getting bogged down by the dot balls. He's playing aggressively, not too aggressively, not throwing away his wicket. But I like the way he's going about. I think he's 31 or 53. So I like how he's going on about it.
Okay.
Whom do you think will
पहले मैं
play
एक
World
अपडेट
Test
दे दूं, मेलबर्न स्टार्स 5 पर 2 आउट है, 5 for 2.
They're gone. They're gone. Sydney Sixers are winning it. Okay.
So what was that? Ansh? What was that?
I
Sorry?
was asking what do you think, who will play World Test Championship final 2023?
I think India and Pakistan will.
Don't know about
I love how everybody goes quiet when you say India and Pakistan.
Australia
No,
also
no.
chance if
I
they won.
was just thinking Pakistan's home again. Yeah, they can go, considering they have got a good. They can go, especially when they're playing at home. But let's see, anything can happen. India still has a match left in England. They have a series coming up in South Africa, and if they do well, of course, India can go there. So
Pakistan have got a very easy draw.
Yeah. So basically, in World Test Championship, you have to win your home series, which should be easy, and you have to just win an away series. Then you are done. That's what I think.
Which India have done.
Yeah, out of 6 series, if you win 4 series, then
twice.
Even if India loses against South Africa, even I'm saying, if they win the test match in Manchester in England, then they are also through. If they win their home test matches,
But
and especially
we also
when
have one.
That our test series in Bangladesh, that one we should win.
You seem to play them every year.
No.
We played them last time in 2019.
No, to be honest, it's very bad for test cricket with only 3-4 teams left. And whenever we play against this Bangladesh or any, like if Australia play against Bangladesh and all, so it's not like match of cards. See, West Indies and Sri Lanka, they played well because the one is number 7th and one is number 8th ranked team. So it was an interesting game, but West Indies threw it away. It was not good at all from the Windies, at least considering what their past was.
Very pathetic. I think that's what you're trying to use.
It's not good for test cricket.
No.
But I feel Bangladesh is better team than West Indies in home test at least. They have good spinners.
वही वेस्ट इंडीज अपने घर पर भी हार गई पाकिस्तान.
If you say what's one team that T20 has killed, well then no doubt West Indies. If you look at their history of their players, they used to be world number ones in test matches back in the 80s. With their famous fast bowling cartel. You know, they've had great players like Byron Lara, Chanderpaul, um, you know, magnificent bowlers, and that's all what they've done to get West Indies a powerhouse has now been undone due to West Indies, you know, just trying to play one format and not caring about the rest. It's very sad to see, in my opinion. I think it's disgraceful how the West Indies cricket board has continued to allow their team to do this.
Right.
Yeah, until 2010 they were good in Test too.
Yeah,
The downfall started, but till I feel 2010 they were good.
you know, playing players like Shai Hope who has an average of 25 in Test match cricket, does not benefit anybody in that team.
See,
Great,
the problem,
great, great white
yeah,
ball cricketer. He's a fantastic white ball cricketer, actually, but he's red ball cricket. He should nowhere near be that team. It's disgraceful.
the problem with West Indies, I won't say West Indies, but with other test teams, you know, these franchise leagues. Whenever there is franchise leagues, these
Mm.
people, no, you shouldn't laugh, but it's true somewhat, you know, Lux. You find, you see, you are telling that you will watch the Lankan Premier League. I don't know what is that. You are telling that you will watch the T10 Abu Dhabi League. I don't know what is that. BBL, it's okay, but you see, every country has their own leagues. Even South Africa have their Ram Slam T20. Even Zimbabwe are having. So that's the problem. And especially West Indies cricketers who are not getting paid by their own management, they are going and playing in each and every leagues. So that's the problem. And because they make money out of it. Simple.
Mm.
They used to play white ball players in Test too. I remember 2 3 years back, Heath Meyer was playing Test cricket.
Darren Sammy was playing in test matches. St. Lucia, I still remember. But see, this is too much franchisee cricket is not good. But again, you can't blame anyone. Every country will say that this is our league and we want to play. This is all about money. Broadcasting
Yeah,
people are watching.
unfortunately.
And also, you see, either you do this way, either you ban T20 internationals, only play franchise cricket in T20s, or you do the other way. You can't ban the franchise leagues because, see, also the T20 cricket, overdose of T20 cricket is also making people boring. The international T20, so they have to find a way.
The Ranji Trophy and the Sheffield Shield, they should be your premium domestic formats, and unfortunately they're not because of the IPL and Big Bash. But having said that, the Sheffield Shield has still got a lot of good players. Ranji have got a lot of good players, but if you go to Sri Lanka, if you go to West Indies, their domestic red ball domestic leagues are terrible, are absolutely dreadful, because they put all the money into the T20 franchises. So New Zealand's also another one where they've got their own T20 league, but they also focus on the Red Bull Premier competition, which is why, you know, they can produce players like Conway, Daryl Mitchell, Ajaz Patel. You know, was the leading wicket taker in the county in the New Zealand for Red Bull county. But teams like Sri Lanka, West Indies, you know, they just wasted on T20 franchise. And West Indies are not even good in T20. They were terrible in that World Cup. They were absolutely dreadful. So they just need to go back to domestic Red Bull cricket and fix problems there. I don't know what it's like in I heard in Pakistan it's slightly better. I don't know what's it like in South Africa. But I heard, West Indies is the huge problem now, and Sri Lanka.
And
You
England
talk about
also.
England. You talk about England also. I will
Yeah.
also put one more point also about England and Australia.
Yeah.
You see, England are having their 100. So you see, 100. They have their T20, NatWest T20 Blast, and now they are having the 100. So it's bit out of the
And it
box
is
thing. Okay,
affecting international schedule too. Means na
why?
they
Okay,
played.
yeah, I was just going for that point. Australian summer and English summer are quite same. They normally don't play cricket in the other seasons, and
Yeah.
at the same time, you see Australia. I mean, see, they are having the big bash in the Ashes, and England, India-England series was going on, and they had the 100. I think that it's not their mistake. It's not their mistake. They can't do anything about it. It's weather and the season and
No,
all.
no. This is where the confusion is. They can have international matches in the winter, but there's nothing saying about domestic matches because you can have domestic
Ah,
matches in other grounds
ah.
that are non-MCG. So we've had T20 Big Bash leagues played up in Cairns. We've had a couple played in Sydney that are not SCG. We've had games played in the roof. You remember the dome in Melbourne, the other stadium. So I've made this suggestion many years that they can move the Big Bash to September, and have it September till December, then December until February, nothing but Sheffield Shield. But the problem is because it draws money, kids go
Yeah,
on
that's
school. And kids go on school holidays in December. So from December 15th to February, there's no school worldwide, Australia wide, because it's summer holidays. That's mandatory. No school. And instead of not going to school, they wanted to go see the cricket, and they'd rather see Big Bash instead of sitting on a seat for 6 hours watching Sheffield Shield cricket. And that's where the problem lies. Having it in September to December will lose a lot of money and a lot of those school kids that will be in school. So it's a reason why that they have the Big Bash in December till January, where the school holidays are on. Kids can go watch them and not have to worry about a school night the next night. And in September you can't have that. They have to go to school the next night. So that's always a problem. Regarding the 100, I guarantee you that we will not be having a 100 tournament in Australia. I
Yeah, that's what I
will.
fear.
I will
Na,
do anything in my damn power to make sure that I
no.
don't give a damn. I'll try my best
100
to make
is
sure there's not 100.
100 is completely like I don't understand
yeah,
what is
na,
100. But
I was also going to say that now that I
You
fear
know,
if one two more successful season happened of 100, BCCI
yeah.
and other boards will also host.
BCCI I don't know, but these the Sri Lanka and these West Indies
भाई
they
प्रॉफिट
will
दिखेगा
go
तो
for
कर देंगे वो लोग भी यार एक दो.
if money is there they will.
That's why I don't want this 100 to be successful.
No,
नहीं
I want it
मुश्किल
to
है
fail.
100 बहुत
I
मुश्किल.
didn't want the IPL to be successful, but damn it is. I didn't
अच्छा
want the Big Bash. I didn't
yeah.
want my own Big Bash league to be successful. But it is. So
Meanwhile,
Yeah, out.
India missed a wicket and it was plump, but they didn't took the review. They thought that there might have been an inside edge, and that was the reason. Henry Nichols would have been gone the previous over, but yeah, again, so they missed that one. Ajay, Lucas, tell me one thing: these timings. What about the timing? Ashes will happen in the morning and afternoon, and Big Bash in the evening. Is that right?
Ashes will start at 10 a.m. till 5 p.m.
When will Big Bash start?
7:30.
Yeah.
Huh?
7:30.
At 7:30, then they will watch everything. These people, they will watch Ashes in the morning and afternoon, and then they will watch the Big Bash at night.
Well, when I remember 5 years ago when we used to tour West Indies, I would stay up until 3 a.m. and then fall asleep on the third session, and then wake up at 6 in the morning, 6 a.m. and thinking, damn, I fell asleep. So I have trouble with time zones as well. When we played New Zealand, I had to get up at 5 a.m. I don't get up at 5 a.m. I get up at 10 a.m. at the most. So South Africa, I wait till 1 a.m. England 2 a.m. India, the rest of Asia is actually fine. But when it comes to T20s and ODIs, I don't even watch anyway. I'm not going to stay up and watch that anyway. But I used to watch the World Cup in the West Indies, 2007, where I had to stay up at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. on a school night. And my teacher would tell me off for not studying instead of watching damn cricket. And I would say to her, well, you know, the World Cup's only once every 4 years, hun. You know, and the test can wait a damn year. So you know, cricket's more important than some test to me. And you know, during the 2005 period, that third test where we were 2 runs away from chasing 350. That was a school night as well. I had a HTC, which is a very important test. It tells you what you're going to be when you grow up. And I thought, you know, well, we're going to get bowled out, you know, before probably 11 p.m. So I've got plenty of time. 11 p.m. turned into 12 p.m. 12 a.m. turned into 1 a.m. And I thought, oh my God, what am I going to do for this test? And then Brett Lee and Michael Kasparovich kept on batting. And then it turned into 2 a.m. And I thought, well, the hell with the test. You know, we're 20 runs away from history here. And then it went down to 10 runs. And then it went down to 5 runs. And then with 2 runs to go, they hit a ball down leg side off Steve Harmison, which wasn't even out. It wasn't even out. If we had DRS, it would have been not out.
Garen Jones was the wicket keeper, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And Billy Bowden couldn't keep his finger out of his pocket. So.
See, what could have happened if there was review at that time? You know, so many results would have changed. You know, in those eras.
Well, I guarantee I was ready to rip up the test in half. You know, if we would have won that, I would have thrown pencils in the air, sharpeners across the damn room. I remember, and then when that happened, you know, I was crying. I went to bed crying. You know, I woke up at 6 a.m., 4 hours sleep, and then here you go. Here's your HTC. What did you study? First answer on the test, I actually put cricket. I actually put cricket on the first on the first sentence of the test, because you get answers. So you get to you have answers. You have to put answers in. First answer, I put cricket, and I think the question was, how are you going to achieve your goals to get this job? And I put cricket. And that didn't go too well with the school when they called the principal. They called my mum in, and I got suspended. I actually got suspended. They suspended me because I didn't do the test. I was too busy watching cricket. And my mum said, "Well, what the hell do you expect him to do? You know, he loves cricket. You expect him not to miss the Ashes?" And they looked at my mum, and you know, and they gave them. The principal gave my mum a bad look. And I went home for 3 days. Came back, retook the test, and the problem was, it wasn't the cricket that was the problem. I forgot the HTC before I was even given the HTC. I didn't study it one bit, even without the cricket. I just used the cricket as an excuse. So I had absolutely no idea. So what I wanted to be growing up was I wanted to do casinos. I wanted to work in a casino. I had to have a level 8 maths to count cards, to count chips and all that kind of stuff. But unfortunately, because of that cricket incident in 2005 Ashes, I didn't even complete grade 2 maths. So I barely know my times tables and my division and the square root of such and such, barely. So I have to thank cricket for ruining my life on that degree. And thank you for Steve Harmison for ruining my career during that test match when Michael Kasparovich didn't nick it to go and go around Jones. So and then 2 years later, I was still in school. I was in my last year, and then came the Australian summer. Couldn't find Luke that day at school. He wasn't at school during those days for some reason. He must be out. He must be at home watching the cricket. So which I was. I didn't go to school those 5 days during the Adelaide Test, during the Brisbane Test. So in space of the 2007 Ashes, I missed probably 45 days of school just watching cricket at home. And that didn't go too well. But you know, that was my last year of school. so they didn't mind too much. So that's that. Then 2009 Ashes in England. Couldn't win that series, but I was 20 years of age. Hang on, was I? How old am I now? 30. I'm or 29. I'm 30 soon. So I thought I'd never have to go through that again. And then Headingley with Ben Stokes proved me wrong, where I absolutely took off my shirt, tried to burn my house down, just going absolutely mad in the room, screaming, throwing my remote at the TV, plastic bottles going everywhere. I think I tweeted it. I was absolutely devastated with that series, and then the Indian series at Brisbane, where I threw my phone up the lounge, it bounced off, came into my teeth, blood nose. I think I put a photo on that on Twitter as well. So that's the emotion I go through watching Test cricket for Australia. That's the passion. And now I play it. I actually play it. Finally, after retiring for 4 years, I've came back and they've put me in T12. T12, yeah, T12 Laksh, T12. My first innings, they put me at number 3, and then I scored 3 runs from 30 balls in a T12 match. And they gave me the biggest of bad looks. They're thinking, "What the hell are you doing, man? What are you doing? This isn't a test match at the MCG, mate. This is a T12. You can't have 3 off 30 balls." So I got demoted to number 11. And then the following week I played 2020 and they bat me at 5, and I go for like 10 runs off 16 balls. And I said, that's the best I can do. I'm sorry, I'm not a T. I don't know why you want me to play this garbage for. Give me in the 2-day game, 80 overs a day. That's my format. But thank God I don't have any Wednesday cricket anymore, T12 cricket anymore. That's done for the year until January, so I can't wait for that. And do my own stat padding myself, just like Virat Kohli tried to did today with New Zealand. So, and the T20s were in the quarterfinals, but I didn't play today's T20, so I don't think I'll be playing in the final.
Why do you have a break till January?
So the Wednesday cricket was spring. So even though December's summer, last week was the last week of spring, and that was the last match. So we will return in mid-January for the Summer League, for the T12. Let me be very clear. I don't want to play that either. I do not want to play T12. I wicket keep wicket keeping last week, and I'll tell you what, I didn't wear a box. I was up to a fast.
You play T20 now, Lux? Now, what do you play in your club, Lux? Okay, you play T20.
Yeah, well, try to be a wicket keeper up to a fast bowler and then get a bad bounce, and not wear a box. Trust me, I was on the ground crying for 5 minutes. Just in absolute pain, getting in the groin area. So half my groin disappeared last week. Got subbed off as a wicketkeeper. It lasted 3 balls. So that was a great way to end the season. Me coming off almost on a stretcher. So that's not fun memories. I want to play T12 again. But I guess I have to. And try to bat my way, not what the team wants. The hell with the team, Lux. The hell what the team wants. I'll do what the hell I want. Lux, we can't be big hitters like you. So you may come out and score 20 off 10. Sorry, I can't do that. I like to be more traditional. I like to get my eye in and play that way. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
And by the way, I should be charging this stream, money for me telling you these stories. This is just.
Actually, let me tell you a lot of things. What Lucas said, you can just listen to him, because many people ask about these things, and so hopefully we'll learn a lot of things again. Lucas told a lot of things in our space also. So these are memories, and one should share the memories, because it's always interesting to go back to that thing, because you know, be it good or bad, it's very funny. And also it's same here with the Indians also, the same thing. Whenever we win, we have these kind of things going on. So yeah, it's
I want
great.
to
It's
hear. I
great
want
to
to
hear.
hear. I want to hear some batting innings from Laksh. I want to know. I want to know his good batting innings. What's your higher score? You know, tell us when you made your first 50 or 100.
93 highest score.
All right, no one likes a smartass. 93. Okay. I don't think I'll be doing that in T20 anytime soon. I'll face 93 balls, but I don't think I'll be scoring 93 runs. I'm not a power hitter. So you have to wear a helmet and that, or you just go out there on a pitch and just try to hit it.
अर्चिश भाई वो देखो वो रंजय भाई क्या बोल रहे हैं, इनका नाम थोड़ा अजीब नहीं है?
किसका?
यही शायद स्पेनिश किंग.
लूकस. अरे नहीं नहीं नहीं, his name is not Spanish king. His name is Lucas, Lucas, but his
he knows my name. He follows me on Twitter. He knows who the hell I am.
हाँ, अरे Spanish king has a different story to it. 3 point Spanish king, that's a different story. He has told it in our space.
3 points Spanish king.
He loves Spain.
Well, it used to,
simple answer. He loves Spain.
Yeah, I used to be 3 point perfection, but then I changed it to Spanish king. And if I ever make 100 in club cricket, I'll be 3.100 Lucas. So but I don't think that'll be happening anytime soon while I'm playing T12 and T20. But you never know.
Achha, Lucas, so the meaning of your name Lucas, does it mean luminous? Does it mean light, brightness?
No, there's no back. Well, my actual name is Luke. But you know, Lucas is more Spanish. I'm not Spanish. Let's be very clear. I have got nothing to do with Spain. People think I'm Spanish. Or you know, I've got family in Spain. I don't have family in Spain. I've been to Spain long ago, and I loved it. So much so I didn't want to leave. They literally had to get immigration out to pull me out of the hotel and take me to the airport. So not really. That's just a joke, but that's how much I loved it. And I wanted to do some work there. I wanted to do some hotel stuff, some hospitality, some spa treatment, as they call it. I tried to apply for a job there on a visa. Didn't get through, unfortunately. So that's the reason behind the Lucas and the Spanish King stuff. But you know, I'd rather be there than here. But you know, my Indian fan base. I don't know why I have an Indian fan base for some reason. You know, I've got like 800 followers and 700 of them from India. So I don't know why. It's a mysterious thing. I interest people there, and they've been trying to get me to Mumbai. They've been trying to get me to Kolkata, to Punjab, to yep.
Lucas is Lucknow.
Yeah. So they've been trying to get me everywhere in India. You know, come here, visit me, bro. Stay with me. I think Jesus, you know, it's a bit hard to do that in COVID times, guys. But
one day for sure. One day for sure, you will come to India. I know.
Yeah.
No, you should come. One day for sure. Hopefully, these COVID times, you should come.
Well, I'll happily meet Pretty Zenta. Yeah, but I talked to Miss India, former Miss. I don't know if you've had her on your show. I forgot her name. She's a former Miss India.
Who does she have her YouTube channel now?
Yes, she does.
You're talking about Priti Upala or whom?
Yes. Well, she lives in America now, so Miss India, as I call her. So we've had her on my show. Very
Yeah.
lovely, very lovely woman. Bit of a T20 merchant. I don't like that about her.
CSK.
But
CSK
yes,
favorite. Her favorite team
yes,
is CSK. MS Dhoni. Yeah. Same.
yeah. Okay, well, I think they won this year, didn't they?
He
So
won. Yeah. MS.
yeah. So she came on the show. I tried to talk to her about Bollywood movies. And my boss, the co-host, was very angry with that because he wanted to talk T20. I wanted to talk Bollywood movies. So the hell with him. This is my time. And yeah, we were talking about Del Chatta High and all these movies.
We will do some spaces about these Bollywood movies in future also. At least once or twice in a month we will try to do, because cricket and Bollywood are both very popular in India. We'll do a lot of movies.
It's a delicacy in India, isn't it? It's a delicacy.
Yeah, absolutely. Both cannot be separated. And you see, many cricketers have wives who are from Bollywood. Not only Virat Kohli, but many others. Even KL Rahul,
Harbhajan Singh, KL Rahul.
KL Rahul, they are all Zahir Khan. They are all married to Bollywood heroines.
Oh, so Harbhajan's wife is in a Bollywood movie.
What?
So is Harbhajan Singh's wife in a Bollywood movie? Oh, well, that'd be exciting to watch. That'd be massively exciting. So well, when I watched Mushkil, I didn't know that was Virat Kohli's wife. And then everyone was like, "That's Virat Kohli's wife in that movie." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And she said that's Sharma. I'm like, "Oh, gee, wow," because I thought that was Rohit Sharma's wife at first, because of her last name Sharma. And everyone was like, no, that's Virat Kohli's wife. That she just hasn't changed her name. And then someone tried to suggest me Nick Jonas's wife, and I said no, she's crap. So I don't. I'm not going to watch her movies. And then someone tried to recommend me the porn star from India, who doesn't do it anymore. And I said, I'm good, thank you. We don't have to watch that. That's okay. I'm well aware of what she does. So a lot of movies people have suggested me too many. I've said to them, I can only watch one every now and then.
You also can, movies are good, but you cannot even watch movies every day. It gets boring.
No,
you can watch once in a week. You can watch once in a week or once in 15 days with work and all. Because, there are a lot of movies to watch, but I also am unable to watch. So, because you need a different space, different kind of mindset to watch movies, and you have to choose the movies. Like, to be honest, I don't like romantic movies. As I said, I really hate. So, especially Bollywood ones, even Hollywood, I don't watch them. I like some thriller, spy, or maybe some inspirational movies like 83 movies coming. India won the World Cup in 1983. So that movie is coming.
24
Yeah.
I remember that World Cup, even though I wasn't born, because India drove this car around the ground.
Yeah.
And they were hanging off it and on top of the hood, riding it at about 50 kilometers an hour. And that was in Australia. Was that them or was that Pakistan?
What?
What when during the 80s they won a World Cup in Australia? Was that them or Pakistan?
That was Benson and Hedges. Audi car by Ravi Shastri.
Oh, okay.
Sunil Gavaskar was the captain. Benson and Hedges,
and they drove this car around the MCG.
1986. Yeah.
Very good history, very good knowledge there. And they went ballistic with this car doing burnouts.
Was like that Benson and Hedges was the World Series. That was like your Champions Trophy, similar to Champions Trophy. What we have.
They were the good old days of ODI cricket.
Yeah. They beat Pakistan in the final, I guess, and they were Ravi Shastri was the man of the series, and they go because that time Audi was pretty new what we have today. So yeah, that was a famous, and that victory was more of, you can say, dominating victory compared to the 1983 World Cup. So yeah,
अंश भाई को ऐड करो, वो बोल रहे हैं.
I cannot add because I am not the host. The Yakshit bhai is gone. He's having some work. Sorry for that, Ansh. I normally don't do these things, link and all. I just come and speak.
वो
These
RCB equals to Melbourne Stars.
No.
49 all
49 for
out.
9. 49
Oh
for
my
9.
God. What a fantastic victory from Sydney Sixers there.
यहाँ पर भी
That will help their net run rate. Yeah, that will help their net run rate.
How's the update in India A versus South Africa A?
Hanuman Bihari was the man of the match, and it ended in a draw.
Wasn't Shaw playing in that series?
T20 style, you won't like it. 40s, couple of 40s in both innings of 37 or 50.
Yeah, I remember John's. I remember John's going mental over it.
But there is no point going mental because this is Test cricket, and what's the
and someone said below, oh well, the South Africa opener made 140. So I remember John's losing his mind over Shaw making a 40.
Sometimes John's does some funny tweets, just to.
Yeah, well, he's blocked Muftul, so you don't have to worry about him. See, I think John's got something first from Sky Sports and tweeted it, then Muftul copied him, and then Johns didn't like it, so he blocked him. So
no idea what to do.
He would have thought Johns would have blocked him.
But that's what happens, competitors when they are on same field, that's why how life is same. People have this thing. I mean, I don't know what Mufaddal has for Johns, but I even don't know whether Johns has copied him or not. But these things happen when you are of same age, and it's, I think I can't ask these questions also to them, they are personal questions. So although Johns and both Mufaddal and Johns are good friends of mine. So
yeah, of course, yeah, they've been on my show as well. Johns, but I would like to see a cricket match.
Mufa follows me, but Johns doesn't follow me.
No, Johns follows me and my other co-host because he comes on our show. Muftul doesn't. I don't care about Muftul, to be honest.
Mufaddal doesn't come so much. Mufaddal doesn't. Yeah.
But I would RCB.
Yeah, I would like to see a cricket match between Muftul and Johns. So Johns is like this left arm Kumble, and Muftul, reminds me of like Sehwag. So you have Kumble versus Sehwag. So because Johns is a little bit too big to bowl fast, so he'd bowl spin, and Muftul's a slim guy that would probably hit balls out of the park. So
yeah,
I'd like to see that cricket match. Of course, I would bowl them both, but still, so, but yeah, it's the same with Laksh. He wouldn't be making 90s if he was against me. Trust me. But
guys, I'm running out of the charge because we will again meet at 1 hour from now in the space. So it was a fantastic show, to be honest. It was chilled, complete. It's chilling here also in my state, and we had a chilled show today. It was a great show. I mean, sometimes we need to have these kind of shows, and it was completely Lucas show. I mean, we learned a lot of things about Lucas, his life, and his passion for the game. So yeah, you guys need to watch it. Who have missed it, we will change the title also.
Oh, embarrassing. Well, if I knew that was going to happen, I wouldn't have said all these stories.
Lucas, see, the best thing happens when you don't plan. So that we didn't plan. Have I told you to say these things? Or
no.
Yeah. So yeah,
This is off script. This was like the real me discussing my real.
a lot of people enjoyed it.
sentiments.
Many people have DM'd me also in my
Yeah.
WhatsApp who are in our group. They enjoyed it. Yeah, it's good. It's good. We will have it. We'll have it in future also.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. You know, I'll be probably doing my own watch along during the Ashes, and going absolutely ballistic there. If anything bad happens, please
Okay.
no Gabba, please no Indian Gabba test match like that against England, please. I couldn't handle it the first test match. I couldn't handle it.
Okay, guys. So we'll meet on space at 5:30, which is probably 1 hour from now, or maybe after this end of day's play. Till then, goodbye.
Yep.
Take care. And thank you, Laksh. We will just leave, and the person who is outside this will just shut it down. Okay, so you can leave. Both Lucas and Lux and myself, we are leaving, so please close.